welcome to another episode of
She Said.
She Said with your girl Danielle Diella. And
I'm Tim Wayne, of course, as I live and breathe.
Yes, we're here, guys. It's been a thing.
It's been a heck of a week.
Past 2 weeks, I feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not the brightest of 2 weeks. Well, until today. I had one little because I went to go to the movie. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, it's been a heck of a week.
I see.
What is
Trying to see if I can see. You see them little bumps? We see a little. That's my arm on the thing, but you can't really see it.
Danielle got the heebie-jeebies, y'all. She breaking out.
My dog's giving me hives and making me itch. But so it's happy Cinco de Mayo.
It is Cinco de Mayo for real. Shout out to my brothers, my brown brothers to the Southwest. You know what I'm saying? We went to school with a lot of people from Mexico.
Wait, this is Independence Day for them?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. I wanted to make sure. I was like,
ooh,
let me not say something off. Like,
oh yeah. No.
Okay, yes, they got independent from Texas.
Hey, don't let me get into.
I thought, we need to learn. I need to pay attention in school when I was there. When I ain't going back, but yeah, I think it was. I don't know. But anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo. I need to learn. I tell people to learn about Juneteenth and everything else. I need to learn.
I mean, it's not I don't. Most people. Okay, so if you're from Texas, like I know some people don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo as much as Texans do.
Yeah.
But Cinco de Mayo is like a real thing, right?
It is.
Like as I've always grown up, I've always known this to be like as an important holiday.
Me too. But I don't know what it's about. Okay.
If I'm not, I think I remember, but I don't want to be wrong, so I don't want to say that. I don't want to just blurt it out there.
Yeah.
I want to say it was their independence over the French.
Could be. I could Google it. Alexa, what does Cinco de Mayo mean? Did nobody ask about the rain? Girl. Alexa, what does Cinco de Mayo mean?
Oh. Was I right?
Over the French. The Battle of Puebla. Okay, yes.
Yeah, Pueblo.
I don't know what Alexa said something else.
I don't know. I don't even pretend like I know Spanish, even though sometimes I feel like I'm half Hispanic. I really want to do a 23andMe. You know what I'm saying? I really want to do that.
You should.
But I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed. Like, speaking of 23andMe, Marlon Wayans was on an interview with Big Boy on the Big Boy's Neighborhood, and they found his fourth cousin, and his fourth cousin is white.
Yeah.
His fourth cousin.
Yeah, my brother did it, I think last year. And a lot of Black people are from like West Africa. One thing. And then two, we had people in Austria.
Wow.
It's some weird spot. And I was like, what? And some other things. But it has been weird because my brother was telling me it's messed up some people because you can see other people that have taken it. And you can see the percentage of like, why are we 90-something%? Who is this? Like,
right.
People.
I mean, if you go, if I'm not mistaken, if you go to certain websites, like you can find relatives, if they take a test, they will register themselves.
Right.
And they kind of like form this family tree, which is crazy because speaking of family, like I like ran into my cousin that I haven't seen probably since I was like 15 or 16. And like it was crazy because it's just like my family, especially on my dad's side, my family's so big. On my mom's side, my family's older. But on my dad's side, my family's big. Like I got cousins, they're in their 50s. There's like my cousins, one of my cousins, his oldest daughter is, or his youngest daughter, excuse me, is like 6. And he's in his 50s.
I see.
So it's just like it'll be like a family gathering, and then it'll like I'll see a family gathering on like Snapchat, and then next thing I know, it's like a quinceañera. I'm like, yo, who's over the quinceañera? Oh, well, you know, this is such and such a daughter. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, why didn't nobody say nothing? Oh, you know, it was last minute. So you know, it's just stuff like that. You know how black folks
last minute.
Hey, it was a dope ass quinceañera from the Snapchat though, from the way I looked at it. It was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to do a 23andMe. Maybe we'll do that later on down the line. That'll be, I don't think people want to see me spit in a tube, so we won't do that.
Probably not. Like I said, I'm not doing it because my brother did it. Because I'm like, for what? Why would I do it? My brother did one already. It's just you. But we're trying to get my aunt to do it because we found out. So my grandmother, my dad's father, is Japanese. She's from Okinawa, Japan. So of course we're thinking Japanese. Right. Come to find out, we have more Chinese. So we was confused. I said, well, first of all, I'm gonna claim Japanese till I die. I'm part Japanese, not Chinese, but I claim all Asian. It's fine.
What's the beef between Japanese?
I don't think there's no beef. I just feel like I grew up thinking about my grandmother's Japanese, therefore Japanese.
So you're identifying what you know.
Right, but I don't know the big beef, to be honest. But I do know once again.
Am I wrong? I don't want to offend nobody.
I don't know.
Come and bite me in my butt.
What they get offended is kind of like African people get offended, which I learned a long time ago. First of all, I heard saying tribe is kind of not the right thing to say. But you don't ever call one African group of people if you think they might be from some group, because they get really offended by that. Like, what is it? Igbo and whatever. Is it Igbo? I don't know. There's different ones. Yeah. But even with Asian people, because yes, the stereotype is they all look alike. So you don't know, like you don't call a Japanese person like, oh, you're Korean. They don't get super offended, but it's like, no, I'm not.
Right.
I'm different, you know, but anywho, I'm thinking, I don't know my history very well of anything, but we're thinking, I know there was like a war between China and Japan years before my grandmother was born. Wow. So we're wondering, is that where it kind of came into? Mm-hmm. But like I said, my aunt, she's the last living of my dad's side, because both his parents are gone. My grandmother's gone, my grandfather and my dad. So she's the only one on my dad's side that's still alive. And she said she's had it to do it. So we want her to do it so we can get more information, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, it would be interesting to do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, you already did it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just like I look at some relatives and I'm just like, man, what are you? Mainly like my grandmother. My grandmother is very bright. She's bright like one of our friends whose initial begins with an A. And then my great grandmother, which I got to be around both of them a lot. Mm-hmm. So that was really dope. But my great grandmother was.
Are they French, or do they have some Louisiana?
I have no idea. No idea. We've had conversations with my grandmother about her dad. Mm-hmm. And she says he was French, but we've never seen any pictures. Mm-hmm. Or maybe like my aunt knows, but she just can't remember. It's just stuff like it's very weird. And it was just like, I would like to tie those strings together, even if it's just simply with like a picture. Like, I just think it would be dope. Because
it's fortunate. We're from a generation now that we have everything on social media, pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But our parents' generation and even above that, they have like pictures.
Yeah.
So it is like, I'm glad my aunt, she's a lot of stuff. And maybe my mom's side, people keep stuff like pictures. You get to see things. But I mean, my dad used to always say this. if y'all young people don't keep it going or keep hold of stuff, it dies.
Yeah,
like
you'll go.
those, you don't ask questions, it just dies off, and you don't know, or you won't know unless you start digging for answers. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a very interesting last couple of weeks. Just kind of finding out just like little stuff, stuff about your grandparents, stuff that you thought you knew, but you didn't really had a great understanding. The relationships between parents and children. It's that, I will say, for me, even thinking about it is it over here. What I'm dealing with. That shit is stressful. And I don't even know how, like, I don't know how my people are gonna deal with this stuff. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy
but
stuff.
the thing is, there's always been stuff. When we were younger, we just didn't know, or no one spoke on it.
It's just stuff that I just did not ever think I would hear. I didn't like, just like simple conversations, simple statements, stuff that like I just didn't
Well, that's
know.
good. It sounds like your family, even as a kid, you didn't hear all that. I used to always say, like, a lot of people, especially Black, well, not just Black families, I think across the board culturally, you can grow up in certain, there's like family drama. You be hearing stuff as a kid. Where I grew up, my mom's people, I didn't really hear stuff going on, like adult issues. My dad's somewhat, but yes, when you get older, you start figuring it, or like they start telling you stuff, or you start picking up on stuff, it does kind of change your mind and dynamic. Like, oh, okay.
I don't think, and that's a great thing to mention. I don't think it's changed. It definitely hasn't changed how I feel about my family, like, at all.
Right. It gives you perspective,
like,
though.
Yeah. But I'm just like, fam, like, what? Like, why is this happening, man? Like, we could do better than that. Like,
that's what I be thinking. Especially my dad used to get mad about stuff. I'm like, you really shouldn't be mad about that. That's what y'all mad at. That's what the whole beef is. Like, because of what? My daddy got mad on Facebook because people didn't respond back to him.
Man, there's even things that I found out about my own mom that I didn't realize, man. Like, I didn't know, like, and it wasn't a bad thing. It was definitely dope but I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, just finding out stuff was cool.
Are you gonna tell your kids everything then, so they will know stuff?
I will try. If I ever have kids, I'll definitely try my best to point who's out, because I it's kind of, and this is just a thing for me, like, nobody really, like, everybody would, like, especially in my family, would just be like, oh, that's your cousin. Well, okay, so how is this person related to me? Like, what is it, or who is this person related to that I'm related to, so that I have a better understanding, so that when I look at this person, I know, okay, this person is related to me because of X, Y, and Z. Like, I remember when I was explaining earlier about me running into my cousin earlier this week. I know that my cousin is basically my dad's nephew's son. So that's how I was able to point both of them. I'm like, okay, he's the oldest. I know that there's others, but I recognize him. And that's how I was able to explain, because I looked at him and I said his name. He was like, wow, you look real familiar. And I was like, I'm Wild Baby Love. Yeah, that's how my dad's family nickname was Walt Baby Love. So I'd be like, I'm Walt Baby Love's son. They're like, oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. Yeah. And so that's just small stuff, man.
But I think too, once again, when you're a kid, like, that's your cousin, that's your aunt. Like,
but they don't ever explain how.
Right, you're like, okay. Never explain how. You get older, you're like, wait now, but who is a mama and who is a daddy? How are we?
I'm calling people aunties and uncles, and they really cousins.
Yeah, because of the age.
It's just the gap. It's the age.
Yeah, don't start barking now.
Speaking of age,
I knew it. I knew you.
Did you see that video that I sent you? Oh,
stop.
Always got to get the feature in. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a dog barking in the breezeway, so he want to talk to
Oh
him
yeah,
too.
he want
But
to get out there. But yeah,
anywho,
did you see that video I sent you earlier on Instagram?
I see a little bit of it. So she was basically saying that people are noticing, we're noticing an age gap in dating or relationships.
Basically,
I didn't watch all of
so
it.
it's kind of hard to explain if you haven't seen it, but basically she was talking about how like TikTok has, and people on TikTok have turned this age gap dating like
Okay.
into like a business. Like basically, and again, this is no offense to anybody that is dating or has been in a relationship with somebody and there's a significant gap between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But usually on TikTok, it's usually older, attractive male, white, black, whatever the case. Usually it's interracial. It's usually white
Mm-hmm.
male, black woman. And there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I just find it interesting that she pointed this out.
Okay.
Now, basically what she's saying is that they have turned this age gap dating into a lucrative business on TikTok. And what she was trying to get across to, I don't know if the message was for me. I'm going to be completely honest. It could be that message could have been geared towards black women, and I just think that, or young black women especially. But I just thought it was an interesting dynamic that she brought up. Basically saying, hey, like these people are portraying this lifestyle because basically it's like
Mm-hmm.
a lavish lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
gentlemen, already established gentlemen, um, and a younger, more vibrant woman, right? And not to say that older women aren't vibrant because I know a bunch of them.
Right.
So it was just interesting because she was saying like that dynamic is dangerous because what it is perpetuating a lifestyle, an expectation of a lifestyle for younger women, and that's dangerous because
Because they're older men.
not because they're older men, because what their expectations are, how their mind could be mended to this lifestyle that there may not be or that they may not actually get to have, because not everybody's meeting these middle-aged men that just got a whole bunch of money. So you think you're gonna
Okay.
go out here and find yourself an older gentleman with that's established, and don't necessarily work like that, or they just could be perpetuating or giving off this lavish lifestyle, but really they just miserable as shit. But they sticking with it because of the lifestyle. They get to
Yeah.
go on these trips. They get to go to these beaches. They get these purses and books, book bags and luggage and designer things. But
I think
what's
the
the big
women,
trade-off?
these young girls want that.
I
So,
mean, it is, but I kind of get what she was saying, but again, I don't know if that message was for me. It may not be for me.
oh,
So I don't want to jump too far into. I just wanted to hear from a woman's perspective how she felt about it, because um
is it long? I listened to some of
it's
it, then I
not
was
a
like in a meeting.
it's not a long. I don't
Okay, I
think
mean,
it's
I can listen
long.
to. I was listening to it, then I like stopped because my meeting started.
It's like it's a reel, so it's not super uber long.
Okay, well, they have words. I ain't gotta play it.
Yeah, I mean I thought it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
They're creating brands.
yes. Like they're
Oh,
like basically establishing themselves as a company. Yeah.
mm, a little daddy-ish to me.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. That was a
Because
lot.
this one girl, I'm like, that's your daddy. That's your
I
daddy.
didn't even think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just saw, as I guess from a male's perspective, I just look at it as that's a trophy wife, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
yes.
It does. To me, it just screams trophy wife.
Well, yeah, they're grooming. I do think it's a way older men have used this getting flued out
Right.
mentality to attract younger women. And I think younger women they just see the stuff. Mm-hmm. And when you're younger, you see the stuff. You don't think about his character. Like, is he gonna, like, I don't know, is he a good person? True. He might just be nice or whatever. So I do think that it looks a little weird. If their intention is to chase after young women, these grown men, then yes, it's a problem.
Right.
And as an older man that you're going to entice her because you are financially established. You using that to entice her, not just based on you like her, she likes you, y'all met organically or something, then yes, that's a problem.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think, not in your current relationship, but do you think that you could date a man that you're not attracted to, but he's financially stable? And how long do you think you can sustain it? Because it's one thing to do it, because I think everybody's capable of doing anything, but how long are you able to sustain this?
I'm gonna say no, because I'm rude. So I would be like, for my face, I'll be like, I can't do this no more. I'm like, ew. Like, I've always been like that. Like, don't touch me, like, get away from me. Like, I don't, if you kind of like creep me out, or you're just not attractive, I don't want you touching me, I'm not gonna be cool with that. I could not do that. Attraction is important. I mean, everything's important, but I gotta like to look at you and want to be okay for you to touch me at least.
Right.
So no, I couldn't fake the funk.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I faked the funk to get a free drink, or faked the funk to get a free something, but I'm not finna be in a relationship.
How many dates could you go on with that same person that's unattractive? How many dates could you go on? That person really likes you.
When the feelings start hitting, I'll be like, I gotta back out. I gotta throw in the towel. Or that's the whole, like, even dudes do it. You don't take them outside. Y'all be in the house. Like, you keep them in the back. Cause then once we out in public, that ain't my man. That's my friend. That's my cousin.
I read a tweet that said, if you ever call a girl or if you text a girl and she says, I'm with my friend, she's with a woman. If she says, I'm with a friend, she's with a man.
I think the first one was true.
Do you think
this is my thing? This is how I pick up on stuff. If I've been talking to you and I'm like, even with you, if you're like, where's you at? I was with Ashley. I was with so and so. People, I'm gonna say their name because you know them.
Right.
But I'm like, I was with my friend. You're gonna be like, your friend, like, I know names. So that's with me. Like, if a dude told me that, I know your home, like, I know who you hang out, your people, whoever. Yeah. So you'll just tell me, I was with my cousin, I was with John, whoever. But when you be like, I was with my homeboy or my friend, what's their name? that ain't right. My mama did that one time.
I guess that's a me thing. Because I mean, I've done that in the past.
Yeah. My mama did that to me. She was talking to some man, and anybody she talks to, she would say, that's my daughter, Danielle. I would hear her on the phone. She'd be, that's Danielle. But her would be like, that's my daughter. Who are you talking to that they just know that's my daughter? Just say it's Danielle. Like, you don't know me to be like Danielle. So who are you talking to? I don't like it. But anyway. Yeah, but no, can you date somebody unattractive?
I have.
That I didn't find attractive. It ain't got no face.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, I thought, so I will say this. I did date a girl that I didn't necessarily find attractive.
Physically, but maybe personality?
Physically,
because that's a game changer too.
Physically, she was not attractive to me, but she was cool. And we did have chemistry. So I was like, this is odd. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I'll try. It didn't work out, unfortunately, but I tried it.
The worst. I'm the worst to ask that question to, because sadly, this sounds really bad. Every guy I've talked to, most of them, I was super unattracted to them. I was like, you're disgusting, get away from me. And then I fell in love with them. So I guess I could. But it wasn't to where we weren't ever talking. It was like, nah, I don't want to talk to you. Stop talking. Like, I don't want to talk to you. They just kept pursuing me.
One of the funniest things Carlos Miller ever said. He said he liked his girls medium ugly.
And I've heard this too before too. If you get you a bad one, you're gonna have to worry about them. People always looking at them.
Oh, no,
if you get you a mediocre, you might not have to worry. That's horrible.
I would say that I've dated some women that were extremely pretty. They just had they were known as being the pretty girl, and that's stressful. That is very stressful. As a male, it could be, and then at one point I just had to be like, all right, I'm not. If you gonna do I just gotta let this be. You either gonna do what you're gonna do, and you gonna either be.
It ain't even just her though. It could be other men. I feel like, I think a lot of men told me it's a compliment to them. If a dude looking at you, that's a compliment to me because you're a pretty woman. I'm with a beautiful woman. When they disrespect, it's a problem, but they can look at you all day.
The goal is always to outkick your coverage as a man.
Yeah.
Or well, to me, it's the goal. I don't want to speak for other men, but for me, it's always, I want to be able to walk into a room. I want to be able to go to a function, Danielle, and y'all look at me like, nigga, how'd you do that?
That's you?
Woohoo! How you do that? How you do that?
Talking to you?
Yeah. That's the goal. That is always.
Yes, I think vice versa. I think it should be both ways. Like, I want my man to look good, and I want to look good too for him. But I just don't think that I think a lot of women. I'm gonna speak for women. I think women do. I think women date some interesting faces. Just because you've been in public and you see a girl with a woman, you be like, he must have money. Either he must have money or he done digmatized her. That's what I be thinking. Cause girl, he is not. We went to the Lion King and we were leaving, me and my friends, and there's really, really old white man.
Speaking of Lion King, I saw you going to the Lion King.
You did?
Yeah, at the UT Orange and White game. I saw.
Oh, you went to the game?
Yeah, I went to the Orange and White game. And I saw you go on the way. I was like, look at Danielle ass over.
Yep, that was me and my little cheetah print. We were leaving. It was old white man, and there's this like young black girl with him, and we was like, both of my friends was like, they dating? Because the way he was like, she was walking like arm in arm with him. Like, is that her care? Is she the caretaker or is she his woman? And then like a nice what you call them, Cadillac SUV pulled up, and like they got in the car, and so I was like, you've seen people where you be like,
yeah, I have.
How did that happen? What is that?
Yeah, that's exact, and that's my goal. That's always been my goal.
Oh, that's your well, yeah. And often small though. That's people gonna be like, yeah.
How did this happen?
Super random. You are a Twitter person.
Very much so.
Did you see about Kevin Samuels?
No, what happened to him now?
It just hit. Well, it's trending. Supposedly he died.
Shut up.
It's on Twitter, like it's trending, like, but there's nothing has been said. People, I saw it on IG an hour ago. Then I went to Twitter, and like he hasn't said anything, or I mean, I don't wish death on nobody, but I was just like, wait, what? That's super random, and that's really sad if it's happened. But I was like, what? Kevin Samuels. I thought that was just super interesting. I hope he is okay. I really do, because that's sad. So, but of course, a lot of people are saying like, what, that's what he get or whatever. But a lot of people are saying too, if you let that man get under his skin that bad for you to wish death on him, that's a problem. Like, stop it.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this tweet, and it says Kevin Samuels has not been confirmed dead, but some Black women are celebrating his death. That never wished harm on Black women. He wanted Black women to be more feminine, lose weight, and not have kids out.
I'm sorry.
Y'all can get this man, get the man you want, Kevin Samuels. And like I'm watching this, and it's just like I'm watching this YouTube clip, and I ain't gonna lie, it's just a bunch of Black women just like finally fuck him. Like,
I think that
was like get the likes. I was like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. And sad. I mean, he already knows people talk crap about him.
Yeah.
But that's also hard to see if people think you're dead and then are glad you're dead. Like that's just. I hope this man is okay.
Evil. That's evil.
I really do hope this man's okay. He's a human being like all of us. He has the right to say what he wants to say, even though people don't agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been one or two things that I actually agree with that Kevin.
There was one that I listened to.
One or two, but the rest of it ain't for me, dog. And ain't nothing.
What did he just say? If you're 35 and over,
you're washed or something.
You're leftover or something.
You're leftovers. If you're a woman over 35 and you don't have kids, you are leftovers.
All right, leftovers be good.
I do like me a good leftover.
I'm just saying, leftovers be good. All right,
you know what I'm saying? I do like
me a good leftover. Me up.
Hey, man.
That's horrible. But anyway, speaking of like TikTok and everything, you sent me that clip, and it's funny. Ashley sent me the clip too about those two girls talking to that man, telling him she didn't want her man to work. I said, even Ashley she was like, this, what did she say? Like, some women like just mess it up. Like, what are you even saying?
Wow. That clip is so crazy.
That was now to an extent. So let's explain what it was. There's two women talking to a young man.
She said she just took the slim pickings and multiplied it by like 3 and then divided by 7, carried a 1 and multiplied it by 0. I didn't see that, but that's funny. That's funny.
But yes, two women were like on a podcast with maybe two women and a man, and they were telling him basically, she was asking him like, do you work? And he was like, yeah. And then one of the women were kind of like taken aback, kind of upset about that, saying he shouldn't work because when she wants to take trips and stuff, he can't just leave his job.
She said, I'm spontaneous.
Yes. Okay. But I understand when she kept on talking, she kept saying, so she's an entrepreneur like everybody. So she says she works really hard. So then she has moments where she does not want to work. And she wants to have time off to probably reset, go take a vacation, do whatever, enjoy life. And so I get that. But like I've always said, which I've learned even in this podcast, if that's what you want, that's fine. Go find a man who want to do that, but don't knock a man who don't do that.
And I thank you for that. Okay.
Like,
because basically,
basically
she said, I can't do a 9-to-5 man because I'm spontaneous. And there are times where I work so much. And then there are times to where I just want to get on a plane and go to Jamaica. And if you work a 9-to-5, you can't just get up and go to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And
that's
you're
a
not
problem.
gonna she said all of that other stuff is bullshit. All of that other stuff is bullshit. What got me is she said, you're not gonna be able to relate to me and my entrepreneurship because you got a 9-to-5 and I'm an entrepreneur. And I was just like, what? How? Listen, I don't
once again,
I do not believe in bashing. I do not believe in bashing Black women. Listen, I got a 9-to-5. I got a 9-to-5. And I feel like this podcast, other podcasts that I am working with, that's entrepreneurship. uh whether it's working on your own page, creating content, writing books, learning how to becoming a chef, anything that's outside of what your typical job is to me is entrepreneurial. Like,
yeah, you're building something.
you're
Yes,
building something.
learning. Yes, your
You're learning,
mind, your body, your
yeah,
soul.
whether it's teaching somebody how to work out more efficiently, or maybe you have more knowledge, or somebody needs you to consult on some
Mentor, yeah.
cryptocurrency, or maybe just like stocks and bonds in general. I feel like that is something that you can build on, that you have a unique skill and people need your help with it. So that is, to me, especially if it even puts a couple of dollars in your pocket, that's money that you're not getting from your regular 9 to 5. So that is entrepreneurial to me.
But like I said, I see both sides. I also can agree to an extent of, I think about celebrities or politicians, like big politicians. You can go marry a man that works 9 to 5 or a woman that works 9 to 5, but someone who has to go to London tomorrow for a board meeting and then has to take off like this day, like your lives are aligned a little different. So
Okay.
you might understand
But
to
she
an
ain't no
extent the
celebrity because
9
we
to
don't know
5.
her.
Well, but I think once again, that's a conversation, that's a relationship, because people will make it work. There's a lot of people who have some type of status that date someone else that have a different status and they make it work. But it might be hard to understand or relate
True.
to, well, oh, you gotta go stand up and speak in front of 18,000 people. I'm just gonna go to work and go clock in real quick. Like, it's different. It is different to an extent, but I don't think you can't relate.
In this situation, she's not famous.
Yeah, I
Nobody
don't know who
knows who
she
that
is.
young lady is. She did have a nice piece of jewelry on. So if she's in the
No.
jewelry business, it is nice. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't really
I mean,
care.
more power to you, girl. You making your money. That's if you can do
That's
that.
your thing, but don't, again, you can't. That's like, imagine if a man said that to her mama. She would want to fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be with your mama because your mama ain't no entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm spontaneous. So therefore, she got a regular job, and because she got a regular job, I be wanting to travel. So I can't really mess with your mama. You be ready to fight him, or you be ready to tell him to go fuck himself.
Or just find someone. I did see a woman post the other day, which I thought was really, I have done it before too. She said, women, we need to watch how we generalize a lot of things. We go through something personally and then we generalize it. And that's bad. That's really a bad thing.
Yeah, men do it too,
because,
though. Men do it too. I see it all the time.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we need to stop. Sis, if you are an entrepreneur, you want to take off and go take trips, that is fine. Go find you a man that is about that life too. And if he's not, do not, because I felt kind of bad because she's like, so you can just take off work? And he was like, I mean, yeah. So you really can't just like say you don't want to go to work. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, he's like, yeah, I probably could put in some time and be like, hey, I need to take off work these days.
Right.
But he probably couldn't just seriously drop what he wanted to do and say, I'm not coming in for 2 weeks.
Right.
Because she knows that, if whatever type of job he had. But I'm like, girl, don't make him feel bad, because apparently he's in a relationship. He has a girl.
Right. The last, I don't know if it was this past episode or the one previous to that, but you asked me what can Black women do, and that's like literally, she has absolutely no grace for anybody. And you know what I think what normally happens is you end up with the exact opposite. You end up with the exact opposite. Oh, I don't want a man with a 9 to 5. There you go, and you meet old buddy. He work at, I don't know, T-Mobile, and he a manager of T-Mobile.
It takes the person to really realize what they want. Even for me, like, once again, I am not asking for much. I mean, we both need making some money so we can not live paycheck to paycheck. Okay, That's cool. We've already established that. But I've learned in my life, a man that, even my friend's relationship, a man that cares about, like really cares about me, is for me, wants to do stuff for me, like, and not do stuff like buy me stuff, but like just come over and hang out because I'm having a bad day. Or, send me something, a funny text, or my first day at work. I do put gas in my car. He was trying to buy me coffee, buy me lunch. Like, it's your first day. Like, stuff like that means something to me.
Right.
I don't need you to make all this money because I'm also very needy. And that means you're going to be gone a lot. And I'm going to be like, well, where are you? You working too hard.
You are needy. What do you mean by needy?
I'm clingy.
Are you clingy? There's a difference between
me stop saying needy. I'm clingy to an extent because I've lived with a boyfriend before and I know how that is. And so I was thinking I was, and then I lived with them and I was like, okay, get away from me. It's too much. But once again, now that I'm older and I understand how to have my time. I tell my dude, hey, like even today, I'm tired. I tell him I'm doing the podcast. After that, I'll talk to you for a little bit and I'm going to bed. I just need to go to sleep. Like, if you need time, let me know. If I need my me time, let's do that, because I don't want to be, we're under each other to an extent, but we have lives outside of each other, things to do. We're not little kids, boot up all the time. So
I think I reflect on my last relationship a lot, and I think that was one of the things. And I think had the pandemic not have happened in the process of that very early relationship, I think that relationship could have gone and done a lot more, or have gone a lot better than what it did. I think a lot of it is on me, as far as like, there should have been, I was trying to just kind of balancing and making everything, like I was trying to balance things at the time to try to make everybody good, but at the same time, like I needed a break and trying to do that as well, like, because it was very tiresome. Didn't necessarily know what was going on in the world. And I think that eventually is what, I don't want to say that was the I don't want to say that was the straw that broke everything in half, but like I definitely think that played a real negative factor, because
it's burnout in relationships.
it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we have been talking for a while, there's still like, I still just believe that a lot of people don't believe in dating, because even like it's so much that you can learn, that you still need to learn about somebody. I mean, you're never gonna stop learning about people, because people evolve, you know what I mean? But at the same time,
that's the thing.
Damn, it's just like, man, we really made things official, had a great time, and then the world shut down, and just, I don't want to say things started to taper, but it was just like the weight of the pandemic on top of wanting to be in, because you're in a relationship, and again, like we started talking like later in the year previous to that, but once you start making stuff official and stuff, titles start getting thrown around, and you want to do stuff, so you want to get out, you want to go mix and mingle, you want to meet these people's friends, you want to meet family members, you want to go and have meals and stuff like that, and the world just, it was just like
it puts us,
so it wasn't like
cycles.
So it was more like hey, like, I honestly, it would be like a simple conversation of like, hey, let's try to go to the park and let's have a picnic or something like that, and I would be at work. And so like, I'd be like, all right, cool. By the time that I get off work, maybe I had a bad day at work and just not really be in it, not, mentally not in it. It's not that I didn't want to do it, but I think a lot of that played a factor into like, I just,
well, then too, you were closed off to just other people, and you just, you talked to her, y'all had conversation, but the world, you didn't have like that, what's the word, that time just to go be with your family, be with your friends, and just,
we couldn't, nobody
could. So it's like
we were literally trying to figure it out. And again, at that time, if you think about it, that time frame, which is, when you think back about it, it's really fucking wild, because like at that time, it was just like, oh, if you're over the age of 65, you get COVID, you're dead. That was basically it. And then bodies started piling. And then it was just like, oh well, we gotta put these bodies in the back of these 18-wheelers because we don't have any places in the morgue. You can't have a funeral because it's so many people ahead of you and you don't have to wait.
Or they didn't know how COVID and
right.
their bodies could affect people being around. Like,
yeah, it was a lot.
It seems so far away, so long ago. To an extent, it seems like it was long ago, but then it doesn't. But it was a very weird time.
It was a very that emotion of I felt every bit of that.
Me too. I was by myself, so it was obviously everybody was living it up that first couple times. Once we kind of felt like, okay, we should stay home.
The first couple weeks, it was like,
yeah, I need this. Yes,
I could do a week or two.
I was like,
went to a month.
I was lonely. Like, I mean, I talked to people, but still, it was just like I was in my house. Thank God I had my dog because I at least went outside to walk him.
Right.
But it got to the point where I was getting a little depressed. I might just wake up and I lay here, watch TV, just do that. Like, I don't know, just laying here. I was trying to find something to do.
Do you remember like the first like versus battle? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like where everybody was, we broke Instagram. Like Instagram was like broken. It was like 25 million people on Instagram watching an Instagram stream.
And TikTok took off.
Yeah.
TikTok took off because of the pandemic.
Right.
Because that busted challenge was the first thing.
Oh man, the busted challenge was everywhere.
And then the other one. Oh, the other one. It was that one. It was before the busted challenge. It was the other one.
The one where everybody was in the red light.
Well, that was silhouette challenge. That was after.
Silhouette challenge. That was after.
Yeah.
Was after busted. That was after busted.
That was after. But I remember I'm a savage.
Oh my God. Oh man. It seems like, so far ago, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Tiger King popping. I watched Tiger King.
Yes, the Tiger King.
It's like stuff on TV.
The Michael Jordan doc.
Oh yeah. Man, okay, I also heard Netflix is not doing so well, but Netflix was doing good back then.
Netflix. Okay, so Netflix, let's talk about Netflix real quick.
Ooh.
And I think I've stated it a couple of times on here that I'm not a fan of Netflix. Because they are indeed pumping out content, but it's not quality content.
God no.
It is not quality content.
Every blue moon, I'll get a limited series that be popping off.
Yeah. There'll be a good series every now and then that people will talk about. I will say the documentary, and I don't know if Netflix made this or was affiliated with this, but the Tinder Swindler was a good one. Bad Vegan was a good one. Bad Vegan is nuts. Did you ever watch that?
I did.
Yeah.
That white lady looking at me.
Yeah, the Bad Vegan one was nuts. But
they have good documentaries. Kids love it.
Yeah, outside of that, the Kanye documentary.
Squid Game.
Squid Games.
Ozark.
Huh?
Ozark.
I forgot about Ozark. But
they've had some hits. Bridgerton
is a hit.
I like Bridgerton. Like we've had some things. So,
but for me, like even like with Ozark, there was the gap of time between.
But it was pandemic.
I get it, but I'm just like not even interested. Like that second part of that fourth season, I don't care about that.
Okay, so hold on, wait, don't say nothing now. Is it over?
Yes.
Okay, I heard someone say like the ending, it was trash, but I haven't even started since it came back because I want it to all be done before I finish it.
I don't know if it's season 4 and then they're gonna do a season 5. I don't know.
I thought this was the last. This is it this year. I thought
it might be. I don't know, but speaking of series, I think Stranger Things is coming back.
I didn't watch that. Now I just got on Breaking Bad, guys. Y'all not be late to the party.
Wait, Breaking Bad is.
Now I'm only on season 1.
High quality.
I got 2 more episodes to finish season 1.
And you might, if you're a fan of Breaking Bad, you might like Better Call Saul. And Better Call Saul is actually pretty good. And they're in the same universe.
Well, I feel like watching Breaking Bad reminds me a little bit of Ozark to an extent. To an extent. Oh my God, plain old white man trying to get whatever. It's interesting, but I always say that Money Heist, guys, if you've not watched Money Heist on Netflix, you need to watch that too.
I never
Money Heist that's up there. That's under Game of Thrones for me.
Under Game of Thrones?
Yes. Game of Thrones to me has been sadly my top thing that I've watched that I really enjoyed that I didn't think I was going to enjoy.
Game of Thrones was good. I'm kind of interested with this House of Dragons thing because
the House of Dragons,
a lot of money into this.
Mm-hmm.
Game of speaking of not Game of Thrones, but Stranger Things, the first 5 episodes all drop on May 27th, and then they're doing the same thing with Ozark. They're going a month, and then they're dropping all July 1st, like the second set. So
I've seen the first episode. I couldn't get into it.
If you're not a fan of like board games and stuff like that, it's not gonna be for you. When as a kid, I like to play board games.
Give me ET. It's giving me ET type situation.
This is a little different, but yeah, it's different. I don't know,
but yeah, Netflix. So apparently, I'm hearing like just company wise, they're not doing so well.
No, they're not.
Like someone said that they're kind of like how Blockbuster, they took over Blockbuster. They feel like Netflix is going to go away like Blockbuster did.
So
because of all these other streaming things.
Right. So here's the thing, because I actually lived this. My first real job was at Blockbuster. And when I was working at Blockbuster, Netflix was just popping in. Like Netflix was kind of popping. It was Netflix in the red box.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my boss had been there for a long time. He was an older guy. And I told him, I was like, dog, you mean to tell me I don't have to go nowhere and I could just order my DVDs and my DVDs will be delivered to my house and I could just go pick up the DVDs in my mailbox?
Yeah.
I was like, that's going to kill us. And he was like, nah, we got the Blockbuster Pass where you could come in and you could pick up every. I was like, but you got to come in.
Yeah.
I can order this on the website and then I could just I can send it back in a slip, right? And get it delivered back to Netflix, or I could just put it in a Dropbox. I don't even need a membership. I can just put it in a Dropbox at Blockbuster, and I can keep on moving. And if if the movie that I don't want ain't there, I can go to McDonald's and hit this Redbox for $1 a night.
Redbox was hitting too. I mean, they probably still are, but with the
demise of the Redbox is because people. I mean, it does take maybe 50 cents to put a movie on a DVD and maybe slap some cover art on it. But
you can stream it. You can stream so much now.
Right. They lost out because they couldn't keep up with Netflix.
Yeah,
Netflix started pumping out. Yeah, Netflix had started putting big time shows on their shit. The Office went on there. That was a big deal. They messed around with Friends, then they took it off, then they put it back on there. Then you have like when then major movies started getting put on there. I remember like the Adam Sandler movies back in the day was a big deal that they were on there. Like his movies, you know, back then, especially early 2000s, like his movies was just a hit. I remember the first time the Chappelle Show went to Netflix. Oh shit. Oh,
I was up, so I didn't grow up because I didn't get to watch stuff. So I didn't get to watch it, and I was mad. By the time I was gonna watch it, they took it off of Netflix.
Right.
I was like, man, I didn't get to like watch it.
That was a big deal. When Netflix got Chappelle Show, that was a big deal. When Netflix got what's the other one? Boondocks. That was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
that was a real big deal. And then and the thing about Netflix that for whoever lives up on their rock, they just drop content. They don't do episodic. They don't do week to week. They just drop everything at once.
Yeah, but not no more. They're not trying to do that.
Yeah, but also Netflix has went up probably $9 in the last couple of years, like the last 3 years. They didn't went up.
They went up. They're supposed to be adding commercials, I heard too.
they're trying to make a lower tier where you can add commercials, but it's too late.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why it's too late. These streaming services like YouTube TV, Hulu, Tubi,
Peacock.
Peacock. Well, Peacock, yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Peacock is but they're cheaper. Disney Plus. You know how much I pay for Disney Plus? Disney Plus, I get Hulu, I get ESPN, and I get Disney Plus for $12.
Oh, that's what's up.
$12. So that means I can watch.
I don't pay for nothing, so.
Because you one of them Steelers.
I'm that girl. I'm not a Steeler.
Yeah, you
I've
are.
been blessed.
You the one that's like, oh, let me get your password.
No, I already have it saved.
And then, or somebody come over to your crib and be like, oh, girl, let's watch this right quick. And they sign into your shit, and you don't ever sign in.
Now, what's crazy is I got it from someone. It's my family. It's nobody like random. Right. Anyway, my family. So I went over to her house. Right. And I signed in because I was like, oh, I want to watch this. And I couldn't. And I'm like, so now she getting mine when I'm getting for somebody. I was like,
yeah.
But then I also have some apps on my Fire
Stick. Yeah, you have a jailbroken Fire, and that's a real thing, man. That's a real if you can find
all the movies, like everything, like I can go watch it. So
listen, YouTube has everything. YouTube
TV has a lot.
YouTube TV has a lot, and YouTube can tell you how to do a lot of illegal.
Oh yeah, when I figured out, when someone jailbroke from me, that's it. They went to YouTube to do it. I said, well, I guess I could have did it myself, but I thought it was a whole thing. And there's still some stuff you got to do, but
it's literally a couple of links, right? It's literally a couple of links. You download a certain client. After you download that client, you do a little installation of another.
He gets all the news sports channels from like all over the US. So he gets to watch like all.
Yeah, that's a real thing, man. One of my homeboys, he utilizes what's called IPTV, and basically it has channels all over the world. He don't ever have to pay for a fight. I said, he'll be like, yeah, bro, look, and he'll pull up his phone. I'm like, how are you watching this MMA fight? He's like, man, I don't ever pay for fights. And I'm just like,
I know people who don't pay for nothing. That's how I learned that I didn't have to pay for nothing.
And so like, I've been really hesitating with that. Like, I want to cut cable really bad. Like, I really do. I really want to cut cable. But I do like having the security of cable. Because like, if your internet starts tripping or something like that happens, or
that's me. I ain't got no basic.
Like my uncle will come over or my aunt will come over and bring the kids over. Like I want them to be able to, or when my grandmother comes into town, like I don't want her to get confused. I want her to be able to just sit down, turn the TV on, and go from there. Like I don't want to have to worry about, oh, well, they may not know how to do this. Maybe the kids might
all them controls. Why you got like 5 remote controls? I don't know.
Yeah, or like one of the kids might flip to a channel and see something they're not supposed to see. That's just too mature for their young eyes. So I don't want any of that. I would prefer you just come in, sit down, have yourself a nice drink, glass of wine, liquor, whatever, and turn on the TV, and then bam. There you go. You don't know what channel is on? Hit that guy button right there. Hit the guy button. Okay. You want to go watch TNT 67. Bam. Go watch some basketball game. Like, I don't want them to go through, you got to go to sports. Then you got to go down. Then you got to go. Make sure you go to TNT English and not TNT.
Or the HD TV. Not
Arabian. Like, I don't want to do all that. I ain't got time.
Doesn't matter. As you can see, this TV I've had since 2012.
I still have my first flat screen TV. And honestly, it's the best TV I have. And I have a really nice TV that's old. I have a really nice TV that's like 2.5 years old. But my older TV, because I got a 32-ounce Vizio. 32-ounce Vizio has picture-in-picture. It's got like tons of HDMI ports. So I can just plug HDMIs all over the place. I think I got like a $1,200 TV. I only got 2 HDMI ports. So it's like
mine's cheap. It's an Emron. You know what that is. I said Emron. Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah. Cheap TV.
Yeah. Listen,
I've
man,
had it forever. And it still works. It's fine. It's cool, but I'm gonna get another
one. If I showed
you
this TV that is sitting in front of me, it is a TV that got a DVD player strapped to it.
Has a who right now?
A DVD player.
Strapped to it?
Yeah, like it's like the DVD, it's the old DVD built in. Man, this thing worked like a charm. You know what I use this for? A monitor.
Oh, yeah.
That's my monitor.
Well, yeah, this one's going in my room. I'm gonna wait to get one during the Christmas holidays.
You should get it. You should get one in the summertime.
Okay.
You want to get one the summertime, or preferably like after
Christmas,
right before Super Bowl. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get as many TVs out as possible. So
and they raise up the price, guys, and then they drop it down to make you think you done save some money.
Oh no, I got my TV.
But TVs are so cheap now.
Yeah, I got my TV. It is a $1,200 TV, but I got it for like way less than that. I think I got it for like $500. Matter of fact, I did get it for $500. I'll tell you how I got my TV. I got my TV from my TV was on an open box item.
Oh.
Guy bought a TV, tried to stick it in his car. Come to find out, it was the guy that sold me the TV. He was like, man, this dude had like a little Civic or Miata or something small. And he was like, man, he was trying to fit this TV in here, and he took it out the box. Well, when he took it out the box, they couldn't put the TV back on the So I have this thing, an alert on Best Buy. So basically, when I'm in the area, if I'm in the area of a Best Buy, it will send me an alert about sales, deals, open box deals, everything. So I was driving by there. I don't even know what I was doing, but I was just driving by there, and I drove by there, and I went in there, and I was just like, man, what's up with this open box deal? And the guy, he was like, well, yeah, man, we just put it up about 10 or 15 minutes ago. And lo and behold, the TV was out. There wasn't no stand on it. They would like the legs. He didn't put the legs on it. It was just a TV. It was wrapped in plastic, and it had the styrofoam. Man, I threw that shit back in that box so quick and put it in my trunk all of the day. And I got a $1,200 TV for $500.
That's good.
So,
but I think so. You got a mountain, and I'm like, it'd be costing way more.
Well, that gets expensive. Mounting a TV, if you get it done properly, it looks really, really good.
But that's what I want. I want it to be proper. I don't want it to fall off the wall.
I wouldn't mount no TV that size. I would use that. I would get a bigger TV. I say for that wall, just looking at it. You know, we ain't never been to your house. You ain't invite nobody to. You've been there for a minute too. You can't even, and we still don't even know where you live, Danielle.
I'll tell y'all where I live. I don't care to tell y'all where I live.
You know where I live.
I told people know where I live.
You know where I live. You know where I live.
I can tell you where I live after the show.
We know where you live, but we ain't never been there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
okay.
You ain't never been there. You don't invite
I don't be having nothing. I'm still trying to get my life together.
Damn.
And parking is kind of trash over here, like a lot of apartments.
Say no more. Because you know what? Parking, I ain't gonna lie. There's been a couple times where I'm like, I'm gonna go over such and such house, and I didn't go because the parking was trash. Like if I gotta worry about my car, nah, fam. I'm not
what I do, because I know my apartment comes with the covered parking spot.
Right.
So, which I'm kind of confused. Like, well, does everybody's not? But anyway, so I would have to go save a spot usually for someone and then go in my parking spot.
Right.
Because I mean, it's pretty, the daytime is okay, but usually at night.
At nighttime, everybody at home? Nah.
You got to park somewhere a little further, or it's hardly, so it's an issue. But I think a lot of apartments have that issue.
Yeah, a lot of apartments do.
It's hard for me to have like a group of people over because we're not gonna park there. I don't know. Yeah,
that's definitely prohibiting me from going. And I know that sounds really silly, but for y'all who has never had their car towed, having your car towed. Listen, I've had my car towed at the most inconvenient time. And that was like, I think I went downtown for like maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes max. Matter of fact, I went to somebody's party. I left another party, went to their party, or it was a continuation of that party, went to their party, and then my car got towed. Man, to get your car towed, and then it like, oh man, because then people are like assholes. The people at the car tow place are straight assholes, and they don't care. They're all, and I don't even think I was just illegally parked. I think I was just like an inch. Well, they say I was an inch over the certain sign. Like, I guess that person in front of me was like,
they didn't park right.
Yeah, and I guess they either didn't park right, or with the way I parked, I was good. I thought I was good, and then my car rolled forward, and when my car rolled forward, it went past a certain point, and they got me, and so I had to pay. That was a quick $225. A quick $225. My car wasn't even there an hour. Wasn't even there an hour. It was so in Texas, it's $1.25 to get it off the hook.
Yep.
To get it off the hook. So then
if you catch it.
Yeah, if you catch it. So then the lift to put it on the hook is $1.25. Then the traveling distance to get to the storage department, and then they charge you daily depending on where you go. Some places 20, some places 25, and some places 30. The place that I went to 25. So all of that ended up to me paying $225 just to get it.
That's how I was with my friend. Like, I parked in a future resident spot in front of the parking lot, and she swore you can park. She's like, she's lived there, so no, you can park there on weekends. It's fine. Right. And it was funny because we were walking to her apartment. There's like dudes outside. We were like 22 or something, and these dudes were outside. They was like, they were like staring pretty hard. They was like, oh, so I think I kept locking the door, like making sure the door was locked. They was like, ain't nobody gonna steal your car? And I was just like, well, watch it. Like, whatever. Went in there. We're about to go to IHOP. It was super late. Walk outside. I said,
car gone.
Where's my car? I said, they stole my car. I was thinking, what did they do? Stole my car. And then I was freaking out because we thought someone stole my car. Yeah. But then we started looking around, and I called the police, and they were like, first call the tow truck people and see. Yeah. And I called, and they were like, yeah. And it was in San Antonio. And they have like this, what do you call them? Roundabout, or that highway that goes around.
Oh, they have a
scenic route. What's that called?
They have
a loop, some loop. Something. Way. All I know is we got on that, and I felt like we drove for almost an hour to get to my car. Right. It was in the back of some boonies little spot. It cost like $3 something. My friend felt so bad, so she paid for the majority of it. Because I was like, you told me I could park here, but that's like,
that's a good
right. When I go now to anyone's house as an apartment, if it ain't a visitor's parking spot, I'm not even gonna try to test it. I don't want my car towed. Well, no, people park here. I ain't got time. I'm gonna be all right.
That's a real thing.
My man had to get me a sticker for his apartment because he was like, yeah, just let me get you a sticker and add you to the thing. So you ain't gotta worry about that. Man, people are crazy. I'm trying to hold my bed. I got a what you call these beads, waist beads.
I thought that trend died.
So some people do it for like, what do you call them reasons? Crystal, like maybe into the crystal stuff.
Holistic reasons.
Yeah, I just want to make sure my stomach gets small. So I wanted to try it out, and it was cute, but also got sensitive skin, as we can tell. So I don't know if I should put these beads on my stomach. I'm gonna have a rash around my stomach. But anywho, I think we've definitely went into our time.
Yep, sure.
But
I do want to say this. I did give myself some spots. These are actually very, very comfortable to wear. I wore these to the movie theater. They are different. They do feel different. You ever see a dog you ever put a shoe on a dog and the dog be walking around? That's how I felt for like the first hour. But after that,
you see the bottom?
Huh?
What's the bottom look like? Okay.
It definitely looks like this shoe was like $90.
I don't know why y'all spend money on that man stuff.
Well, one, I was talking about Crocs. I have been complaining about Crocs. I even went out to the Croc. I went out to the Croc store a couple weeks ago. They had one pair of Crocs. They were white, and it
I
looked like
just got some
everybody in it.
myself.
Huh?
I just got some Crocs myself, probably like 2 weeks ago.
I think everybody and their mama put their hands on these Crocs because these Crocs was dirty.
You wanted white ones?
Yeah, it looked like everybody that was just like, you ever been to like TJ Maxx and it looked like you'd be like, oh, this shirt's dope, but the shirt looked like somebody tried to put it on.
Put it on, got makeup on.
It's like, no, fam, I don't want that. So, and plus it was like the only size 13. So
I'm gonna give me some Yeezys instead.
I never really used the Confirm app. I've had the Confirmed app, which is the Adidas app. It's been around for a long period of time, and I was kind of just dicking around on there, and I saw these Yeezy foam sliders, and I was like, "Oh, these not expensive." So I said, "Okay, let me see if I get them," and I forgot about it, and then I got an email notification that was like, "You won." I was like, well, what the hell did I win? And it so happened to be Yeezy foam slide. But the entire time I was bitching about Crocs because I wanted some, because everybody got Crocs. I'm like, no, why everybody got Crocs and I don't got Crocs?
That's why I got some, because when I take my dog, I just be running around. I just go flip-flops. But I was like, some slides. I said, I want some Crocs. I actually bought some like lavender ones. I ain't got no little things on it yet. But I was just saying, young people made Crocs cool, because I remember when Crocs first came out. I said,
no, my auntie, God rest her soul. She was the queen of the Crocs. She was queen
of
the
Crocs.
Huh?
Did she garden?
Yes, she did.
That's when I remember Crocs. A lot of white people, they were like gardening shoes.
Yeah, my auntie, man, you drive past her house, you see her watering her grass, you see her in her. She had like a nice little plant bed on the corner of her house. You see her over there digging stuff up, or you see her pulling weeds up, or dumping some type of fertilizer in the yard. Like she was serious about her yard. Her yard was green all the time.
With her Crocs on. And then, like I said, young people make them cool, because even my boyfriend was telling me that, because you're the little strap, you can flip it up, or he's like, oh, you're going in sport mode. I said, sport mode? When you put the flap behind your ankle, that's what the kids call it, sport mode. I was what is this about?
That's funny. The thing was, I've always wanted Crocs. I just never.
White get dirty though.
They do get dirty.
I know they do get dirty. And black looks like you're working at a hospital. So I don't know. Yeah. They just look weird.
Yeah, you gotta get something different. Mm-hmm. But it's just like a lot of people that I know as well that are in like that we share shoes. Like shoes is like a thing, so or a passion of ours. Now a lot of those times, like they'll have $10,000, $15,000 collection of shoes. Now mine is not that big, not 10,000, but probably like 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. But they had $10,000-$15,000 shoe collection, and they got some damn Crocs on.
Yeah.
And I was like, why you got?
They pull them out when they need to, I guess.
Yeah. Like my homeboy, when he came and bought my Travis Scotts, he was on some Crocs.
Yeah, they're comfortable. I will say that.
Yeah.
They're comfortable, but shout out to Crocs.
Shout out to Crocs. I give Crocs credit.
Yeah, I need some buttons.
Yeah, they have definitely done their thing. But I mean, I like the Yeezy Slide, the foam runner. It's different. It is different. It looks different on the feet. It looks
like something you'll see on like Star Trek.
It does look very alien, but I do like the feel of it. I even let my mom rock them. I let her put them on, and she was like, "Yeah, this feels good."
Last thing about aliens, I heard NASA was this true? Is it NASA?
Sending news to the
aliens
space to hope that it attracts aliens to. Yo, fam, if that's the reason why we die,
they want to come see this body. They want to see these bodies out here.
They want to see that ping. You know what I'm saying?
Them BBLs.
Are they sending it now? Let's really ask. Are they sending these pictures of like? Are they sending
Black
the butt nakeds? No, I'm sending. Are they sending the butt nakeds of like the good butt nakeds? Or are they sending the bad ones?
I don't know. I told my friend the DM they don't want to see this body. She was like, girl, yes, they do. Like, the aliens don't want to see all this. What?
Oh man,
I'm coming
funny.
for that. I'm coming to
Yeah,
Earth.
I'm coming here for that. Yeah, I'm coming here for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't believe aliens think about the way our body looks at all. They want to know what's within that mind.
I think if anything, they want this brain.
They want to know how we think. I don't think they want to know how our physical stuff is, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, so yes, shout out to people that have been following. If you have been following,
yes, we did have a conversation about numbers.
Yes, and shout out to some people at my church because I opened my mouth at church one day. I have a podcast now. Keep in mind,
now you're gonna get what you get.
Yeah, this is who I am. So if you did join, I appreciate that. I hope you get to know me better because I told them at a new membership orientation at my church. So y'all gonna know me now. But yeah, shout out to those followers and keep following, keep sharing.
Hey, y'all members at the church, Danielle like to get her booty ate.
Excuse me? Okay, first of all, like I don't be lying. I don't be lying. I have never had that happen. I have never had that happen.
Go watch
episode. I don't want that. I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Go watch episode 3. Danielle talks about getting her booty ate.
Stop. I hope you're not posting this. I don't be talking about you in bed clapping the legs together.
Oh, come on, man. You just running with that. That's not even true.
Just making it clap, make them thighs jiggle.
Yo, you full of shit for that one.
I don't want my booty ate. That's disgusting.
Damn. Okay.
It is nasty. It's very nasty. I'm not doing it. So I'm just saying it's not my thing.
Oh man. I cannot wait to meet your brother.
I got some hair. I got hair in my booty. I gotta get that hair out.
You got hair in your booty?
Everybody got some hair in their booty. Let's not play.
Like, are we talking like a rug?
No. That's why I need to get a good wax. But I'm afraid to get wax in my butt. But I think I'm gonna need that because
you're gonna get
there's little bits of there's some hair in there. I just want to make sure like it's not a wildebeest in my booty. You gonna open that crap?
Yo, that's exactly where I was gonna go. Yo, you men out here, listen, man. It's hot. It's hot outside. You gotta wash your booty, dog. You gotta open your booty cheeks. I know it sounds gay to you, and we
you want to shower by yourself. How is it?
We don't perpetuate any of that. We want you to be clean. We want you to be healthy. We want you to, especially if you're dealing with somebody. It don't matter if it's male. It don't matter if it's female. You still got to go to work. You may got to go to church. You might drive trucks. If you ain't cleaning your booty and you driving trucks and cars and stuff for a living, you don't smell that.
And wiping under your arms.
Get up under your arms, wipe behind your ears, your belly button. That is important. Okay, if you a big boy and you got a little hanging
crevices,
get up under there. You know what I'm saying?
All of it.
If you a big boy, you better invest in some baby powder, some type of spray to keep you dry, keep you fresh. Man, you can't.
I put deodorant under my chest.
You do? Like regular deodorant?
Under it? Yeah, I put regular, or I put that what is the organic one that I paid so much money for that I'm gonna keep, but I don't put it under my arms, but I put it under my chest or in between my chest, or some women put it in between their thighs.
Okay, so that means you can't get down with the spontaneous. You gotta shower. Danielle, no, you can't.
Because of deodorant, it's not white pasted stuff under my chest.
Okay. No. Well, anyway, guys. It's all about being clean. It's all about
it's hot.
Taking care of yourself. Fellas, wash up under your feet.
In between your toes, I guess.
In between your toes.
Just clean your body, guys.
Clean your body. Clean your body.
Scrub.
Exfoliate.
Moisturize.
Yeah. You can't be having you don't want to have that Nestle's Crunch up on your face, up under that beard. Can't do that, dog. Can't do that. But Danielle, hit them with the socials. Where can they find you?
Find me at @Ella on Instagram.
Yep. And you can find me on Twitter at Tim Lane. I prefer Tim Lane. We are still doing the giveaway. Shout out to Boosters. I'm gonna post some extra stuff later on this week because she has definitely been pubbing, and we definitely want to contribute as well. So make sure you follow her. I'll drop her link as well as more information. We want to get to 100 subs or whatever we see fit. You know what I'm saying? At this point, we did have a couple of dates, but again, life happens. So, we completely understand. But yeah, we definitely want to just kind of get more people. We want to get more people to follow. We want to, hopefully it's more of an organic follow, of course,
Yeah.
we want more of an organic follow. But also, I just feel like it was something that I had an extra Switch Lite. So I just wanted to give it away. I feel like maybe we should bless somebody else with it. So I thought that was perfect. Let's just give it away. Instead of me giving it to one of my little knucklehead cousins that don't need it. Summer's around the corner. We don't want them on there. We need to get them outside. But yeah, make sure you follow us on the He Said, She Said Instagram. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. I'll be posting both of those coming up here. They'll be dropping here. But yeah, anything else, Daniel? You got anything else?
Shout out to our girl Ashley. Early happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Big A. You know what I'm talking about? It's going down. And
Ashley.
Again, it's the year. It's the year. I think next week we should talk about that party. That should be
last year's party. Because I hope this year's ain't gonna be worse.
Oh man, because that was so
shout out to her and to our friend Megan, whose birthday was last week. We weren't on last week, but yeah.
Shout out to Megan. She had a great party. We had a pizza party for her. You know what I'm saying? Princess pizza party. I think somebody needs to have a skate party because I'm trying to be like Usher.
Oh, that would be dope. Don't they have like adult skating nights?
They do. Yeah.
Thursdays or
at Playland.
Is DJ Don Tizzle be there?
I want to say it's either Don Tizzle or Hella Yella. Either one of them, I believe. But yeah, I would definitely like to do that because I definitely like to get out there and skate. I can skate.
Should. I can a little. I mean, I can, but I ain't the best. I need some rollerblades.
I would prefer a roller skate. I do know how to rollerblade, but I prefer a roller skate. Because I feel like you can I just feel more balanced on a roller skate than a blade.
Possibly. You're right. I've skated probably 5-6 years ago, but the skates are heavy. I didn't realize how heavy they used to be.
Yeah, skates are heavy until you invest in some. Then when you invest in some real money, it's like a nice sneaker with a skate on the bottom.
Yeah, with some kids be rolling.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the ones that we used to rock at Skateland, no.
Drop that on your foot.
Those right there is like boots. It's like wearing Timbs for the first time. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Wash your ass, drink your water. Peace.